Let's begin with our feet together, top of the mat. Extend the arms up, interlace the fingers, rock from side to side, stretching the side body. On your inhale, arms reach up, bend the knees. Exhale as you dive down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back, come into a downward facing dog. Bend the knees as you inhale, float forward, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Begin creating this wave-like motion in the spine, going from plank pose to downward facing dog. Lead with the hips as you bend the knees, reach the hips back. Stack the left ankle over the right ankle as you inhale, float forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Switching sides, opposite ankle over the opposite foot. Keep creating this wave-like motion, following the breath. And then let's make our way onto our bellies. Take the arms out to the sides, tent the fingertips as you inhale, push the ground away. Exhale to lower down. Again, inhale, heart rises. Try to keep the elbows fairly turned in towards the torso. Bring the hands down by the bottom of the rib cage. Squeeze the elbows in as you inhale, float the chest up. Lift the legs up. And then curl the toes under. Reach your hips back. Make your way back into downward facing dog. On your inhale, step the right foot forward, arms by your sides. Stay high in the back toes. Come into your crescent lunge. Arms reach up by the ears. Bring the hands to heart center. Begin to shift the weight towards the front foot as you inhale. Float the back leg up. Flex your lifted foot. Lengthen through the front body. Option to take the arms by the sides. Then drop the hands to your mat. Take one more breath here. Slowly set the back toes back onto the mat. On your inhale, right fingertips reach up, and exhale, twist towards your bent knee. You can take a bind here, and then let's move into our side plank. Right leg stacks over the left leg. Option to take your top leg into tree pose. Come back to center, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Second side. On your inhale, left foot steps forward. Arms by your side. Squeeze the left hip in. Come up to your crescent lunge. Hands at the heart. Shift your weight to the front foot. Inhale, float the back leg up. Either hands at heart center or arms by your sides like airplane wings. Bend your standing leg. Set the back toes down. And come into your high lunge twist. Option to bind the top arm behind you. Step the front foot back to meet the back foot. Come into your side plank. Maybe taking the top leg into tree pose. And then take your vinyasa. Making your way back into your down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Slow down the breath. Make sure you stay connected to your breath. So it's one breath per movement. Step the feet up to meet the hands. Come into your forward fold. Bend the knees, chair pose. Arms sweep up by the ears. Step the left foot back. Come into your warrior one. Interlace the hands behind you and make your way into your humble warrior. Just for one breath. Come back up to center. Come into your warrior two, reverse warrior. And then come into your side angle pose. Good. Right hand to the inside of the right foot. You can take the top arm into a bind. And then we'll move into our half moon pose. Lifted foot is flexed. You can keep that top hand in a bind or arms in one straight line. Press into the feet. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. And we'll dive straight into our triangle pose. Arms in one straight line. Look down at your bottom hand if it's more comfortable on your neck. Adding a little core to this. Bottom arm will reach straight forward just for one breath. Press into the feet, come up to center. Arms out to the sides, turn the toes in, heels out, and forward fold. Hooking the big toes with the first two fingers, elbows out to the sides. Rock a little more weight towards the front of the feet. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. Press into the feet as you come up to standing. Come back to your warrior two. Inhale, one breath, reverse warrior, and then exhale, making your way through your vinyasa. Land back in down dog. Take one full breath here, and then opposite side. Hop the feet to the front of the mat, bend the knees, chair pose, hands to your heart. Step the right foot back, warrior one. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale, forward fold, humble warrior. Squeeze the left hip in as you inhale, come back to your warrior one, and open it up to your warrior two. Reverse warrior, one breath. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right arm binds behind the lower back. Widen across the collarbones. Squeeze the left hip underneath you. Come back up to standing, arms out to the sides, and we'll go straight into our triangle pose. Again, focusing on the shoulders today. Top arm is in a bind. Lean the upper body back and then add a little bit of core by lengthening that underarm forward. So left arm reaches forward, bend the left knee, look down at your bottom hand. Your inhale takes you up to half moon pose. One breath here, lifted leg is straight, and then slowly bend your standing leg. Make your way back up to your warrior two. Reverse warrior for one breath. Turn both toes to face the center. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Reach the arms away from the lower back. Let the head drop. Bring the hands back to your waist. Coming back to center, make your way to warrior two. Step back into your plank pose and take your vinyasa. Land back in your down dog. Take one breath here. Notice if the breath sped up. Step the right foot forward, crescent lunges your inhale. As you exhale, twist to your right. Bring the hands to the heart in prayer, squeezing the arm against the leg and the leg against the arm. Plant the hands at the front of the mat, step back into your down dog. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhale to step the left foot forward, arms sweep up by the ears. Twisting to your opposite side. Take the opposite shoulder out of the bottom ear. Plant the hands at the front of the mat. Step back into your down dog. Hop the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Hook the big toes with the first two fingers. Let the elbows walk to the sides, east and west. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Step the left foot back, right foot forward. Bring the hands to the waist, press into the feet, come up to standing. Interlace the hands behind you as you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold over your front leg. Let the back of the neck get nice and long. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the earth. And then release the hands down to your mat. Left hand down. On your inhale, right arm sweeps up, coming into your twisting triangle. Pull the right hip back until the hips are even. Step back into your down dog. Take your vinyasa. As we make our way into our second side, step the left foot forward, right foot goes out at about 1 o'clock. Press into the feet, inhale, come up to standing. Interlace the fingers as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold, reaching the arms away from the lower back. Shift more weight into that back foot. Take one more breath here. Release the hands to the mat. Right arm down on your inhale. Left hand sweeps up, coming into your twist. Take 2 more breaths here. And then exhale, forward fold. Step back into your down dog. Make your way into your child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Allow the torso to drop down between the legs. Slide the shoulders down the back away from the ears. Take one more breath here. And we'll make our way into our pigeon pose. Right knee between the hands. Extend the left leg back behind you, making a pillow with the forearms. Actively slow down the breath. Allow the left side of the torso to get a little bit heavier. Inhale through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Option to add a twist here if you'd like to thread the needle. Thread the left arm underneath the right arm, dropping the left ear to the mat. Take a couple more breaths here. And then walk the hands back up towards the hips, stepping back into your down dog. Opposite side. Bring the left knee to the front of the mat. Extend the right leg behind you, making a pillow with the forearms as you rest the forehead on the mat or your forearms. Dropping into your pigeon pose. Take your next breath into the back body, the space directly behind the heart. And let the right side of the torso get a little bit heavier. Option to thread the needle on this side. Dropping the right ear to the mat. Take a few more breaths here. And then walk the hands back up towards the hips, stepping back into your down dog. Make your way onto the hips. And then extend the leg out in front of you, left leg forward, right knee bent out to the side in a half butterfly. Walk the hands forward and forward fold over the left leg. Make sure the left foot is flexed. Inhale as you lengthen and exhale, forward fold. Okay, wherever the hands rest is fine. And then bring the right knee to center. We're going to take a twist towards your right. Squeeze the right knee into the chest. Make sure the left toes are flexed. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale to twist. Come back to center. Switch sides. Let the left knee bend out to the side. Walk the fingertips forward as you forward fold over the right leg. Take a few breaths here. See if you can take some of the rounding out of the upper back. Make sure the left hip is completely relaxed. Then walk the hands back up to center. Squeeze the left knee in towards your torso as you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Maybe looking out over the left shoulder. Take one more breath here. And then make your way back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Give the knees a squeeze. And then we'll make our way onto our backs. Good. We'll come into a reverse tabletop. Press into the hands and the feet to lift the hips up. And then option to take the variation with straight legs as well. Try to bring the toes towards the mat. Lift the hips up. One breath. Exhale, dropping back down onto the hips. And we'll prepare for our bridge pose. Place the feet on the mat, hips width apart. Press into the feet as you inhale. Lift the hips up. Interlace the hands underneath you. Take a few breaths here. Rotate the inner thighs down towards the mat. We'll take one more cycle here. Press into the feet. Inhale to lift the hips up, dropping the chin towards the chest, and then exhale to lower. Good. Last one, either option for bridge pose or upward facing bow pose. Pressing into the hands, into the feet, lifting the hips up. One more breath here, and then exhale, lower everything down. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart. Taking a few breaths in our butterfly pose. Bring the knees back to center. Give the knees a squeeze. Rock from side to side. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. Extend the left leg out onto the mat. Dropping your right knee over to the left, coming into a twist. Let that right shoulder melt into the mat. And then bring the knees back to center, opposite side. Let the left knee drop over to your right. Maybe turning your gaze to look past the left fingertips. One more breath here. And then bring both knees back to the center. And we'll make our way into Shavasana, either bringing the legs into butterfly pose or extend the legs out in front of you.